Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hey everyone, this is Meg.
Hello, this is Heather.
And we are the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. So what bottle are we popping open today?
We are going to pop open Cypress.
Okay. So, first
Big
impression?
Sniff. It smells herby to me. It's a tree, so should smell more like a tree, but it smells more like an herb to me.
Yeah, no, I agree with the herbiness anyways. Yeah.
It
doesn't smell like a tree.
Like a spa. Like I feel like this is a common scent that you would smell walking into a spa.
Mm-hmm.
So clean, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, I smell like grounding and then also like a hint of mint.
Oh, I can smell that too. I can definitely, that's like kind of a behind the thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like
there's
it.
some type of freshness there.
Fresh. That's probably a better word. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you use this oil?
I have used it for massage in the clinic before. I think it is a good oil to get things flowing, get muscles relaxed. And so I've used it for massage. I've used it for myself if I've been really tight after a workout, just applying it topically. Oh, I guess we should say that this is not for internal use. This is just for topical and aromatic use.
Yeah.
This is one that I have used with the dry brush before too.
I have
which
too.
Is really good. And I think, again, just kind of like getting that lymphatic system moving and with this oil, and you smell nice and clean and fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally agree. I really enjoy using this one with dry brushing. And for those who don't know what dry brushing is, because I'm sure we've got some people who are like, what are they talking about? You want to explain it a little bit?
So a dry brush, I don't know if there's different kinds. The one I have, it's a handheld brush that has soft bristles on it. And I start at either feet or hands, and you're moving towards your heart, and you're just doing gentle strokes along your body. But the goal is to increase circulation. And I think it just kind of helps remove old skin cells, all that kind of stuff. And if you complement it with an essential oil, you get the benefits of the essential oil at the same time as well. And since this oil is an oil that helps get things flowing, it seems like it complements the dry brush action too.
Yeah, I agree. One of my sisters dry brushed every day for a year.
Oh, wow.
And her skin was so amazingly soft. And so I keep on having intentions of doing it, but I'm just not good at remembering.
I'm not either. And I think it's because mine sits in a drawer. Maybe it needs to sit on the counter so that it's a little bit more apparent. I tend to do it before shower. So that feels easy too. And, full disclosure here, I feel like when I'm sweaty after working out and about to take a shower, I don't necessarily want to use the dry brush on me. So it really needs to be showers that aren't sweaty first. And so there's like certain criteria that I don't feel like gets met. And so I don't think about it as often as I should.
You know what? One of the most freeing like Instagram random posts that I saw once was a friend who happened to be pregnant at the time, but she posted a picture of her dry brushing in bed.
Interesting.
And I asked her, I was like, oh, why? Like, I thought you had to do that before you get in the shower. And she said, the act of dry brushing is what's healthy. And so if you can't do it, in the shower, like as long as you're doing it, you're helping yourself. And she said specifically with pregnancy, like she really struggled with her feet swelling and stuff. And so the dry brushing really helped with that for her. And she's like, as long as I'm doing it, it doesn't really matter when or, where. And I was like, oh, that's so freeing. So nice to know, So after that, I did for a little while. And again, I should get back to this. First thing in the morning when I woke up, I would dry brush, before working out and everything. And it actually was a really nice way to wake up my body as well, because it gets, everything flowing. So yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But again, I'm not good at remembering to do it.
Okay. So if you're not remembering to use Cypress with your dry brush, when are you using Cypress?
So the main way that I use Cypress, and again, it has to do with getting things flowing, is for circulation. And I go through these phases, and I don't know if it's that I sleep differently or if my body is just needing extra support. But I go through these phases where I will wake myself up at night because one arm has fallen asleep. And it's generally because I'm sleeping on my side, but I feel like I'm always sleeping on my side. But I guess I'm sleeping just the right way where all of my body pressure is on my arm and it goes to sleep. And then that wakes me up and it's miserable. And I feel like on those nights, I just keep on turning from side to side with, different arms going asleep and waking up and going through the process over and over again. So that's what I use Cypress for. When I'm going through phases like that, if I can remember to put Cypress on my arms before I go to sleep, I'm able to actually sleep through the night and not have my arms go to sleep. And it's amazing. It definitely makes sleeping a lot easier. And again, I don't know if it's because I'm not leaning as much on my arms or something when I'm sleeping on my side, but it definitely makes a difference for me. So that's why I just keep this right by my bed.
Well, and speaking of sleeping, I just realized that when I first bought Cypress years ago, it wasn't for circulation or dry brushing. It was actually for bedwetting. I had read that it was helpful as kids are transitioning out of diapers, they're wet in beds, and that it was supposed to help with bedwetting, which was always interesting to me because it seemed counterproductive. An oil that's supposed to increase flow, why would I want to put it on an area like the abdomen where now I'm trying to prevent the bedwetting? I don't want them to go more. But I feel like it was actually successful. And we don't use it for that anymore. So I totally forgot about that purpose. But when I was looking up some of the other uses, that came up. And I think that's why I had originally purchased it to begin with.
So interesting. I wonder if it's like so many of our oils where it puts your body in balance to do what it needs to do. So for example, with stomach issues, people in their medicine cabinet will have one thing for constipation and a different thing for diarrhea. But when you use Digestin, it just helps your body balance out. And so it takes it back. So I wonder if it's the same with the way our fluids flow through our body. And so, with the bedwetting, it stops you from wetting the bed. Whereas if you need, lymphatic flow, it helps with the flow. Because I know this one also is really good for any type of like bladder infection type things. So again, that has to do with flow, stopping, starting. I mean, those infections can go either way, right? So,
well, and now that you say that too, I feel like I've discussed with people that it's come up as with prostate issues that rubbing it on the lower abdomen has been successful with that as well. So yeah, that is interesting. Just thinking about bringing the body into balance, and that would make a lot of sense because when you were talking about the arm getting numb, one of the other things, the opposite direction of that is when people get restless legs at night and they feel like their legs can't lay still. But if this is helping get some of that flow going, maybe everything's not focusing on that spot if it's bringing the body just into overall balance. So thank you. That's a helpful way to look at it.
Yeah. So interesting. I mean, I hadn't thought about that before, but it totally makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It sounds like it makes sense to you. So yeah, so interesting. All right. Well, this is a good oil. Definitely recommend people have it because obviously there's a lot of different ways you can use it. But in general, if you want things to flow well, we can use it for that. I saw a diffuser blend that I might actually add to my diffuser today because it sounds nice. It says it's called the Earthy Zest Diffuser Blend. And this is 6 drops of cypress, 2 drops of lemon, and 2 drops of wild orange.
Oh.
And I bet that would smell really delightful. So I'm going to try that out.
Yeah, when I do put this in the diffuser, I tend to also combine it with either citrus oils or maybe a floral oil or two. But yeah, it does work really well in the diffuser too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Anything else on this oil?
I don't think so. It's a good one to have on hand if any of those issues come up for sure.
Totally agree. All right. Well, we hope you listeners have learned something new and are excited to use your cypress oil for body brushing or any of the other reasons that we talked about it today. Also want to remind you that the third Thursday of every month, we do a free Ask Us Anything class on Zoom. It's just 30 minutes, but we'd love to have you jump on and connect with us. It's at 7 p.m. Central Time. And so if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, definitely go register for that. It's in the show notes for the show, or you can go to our social media and sign up for there, or you can go to our website, Bottle Popping Podcast, and sign up there as well. So we look forward to connecting with you there. All right. Have a great week. We will be back next Friday with a brand new episode.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.